Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are so.
Last night, the Braves got the holiday party started early with some fireworks of their own. A walk-off thriller gave them a huge series win against the National League East leading Nationals. Now the Braves hope to ride that momentum into an important matchup with another division foe. The last-place Phillies are in town on the 4th of July weekend in Atlanta next. What a way to start the 4th of July holiday weekend with Star Wars night here at Turner Field in Atlanta. And the last place Philadelphia Phillies are in town as the Braves hit what could be a very soft part of their 2015 big league schedule. Hi again, friends. Chip and Joe, welcome to the ballpark. Braves had a great series win against the Washington Nationals, and it ended a stretch of really tough games against some of the National League's best pitching. That's not the case for the Philadelphia Phillies, and frankly, Joe, a chance for the Braves before the All-Star break to make up some ground on the Nationals, who begin play tonight 5 games ahead of the Braves.
And coming off a good series win against Washington as well. The Phillies are 8-28. Their last 36 ball games. Nothing's going right for them right now. And when you look at what they've done, worst in the major leagues in their record, 29th in runs per game, their starters not doing the job. Then it's on to the road to play Milwaukee and Colorado. Milwaukee just completed a 4-game sweep of the Phillies in Philadelphia. But that's the highlight of their season so far. The Braves always play well in Colorado at Coors Field. Got that to look forward to. So a time before the All-Star break to make up a little ground after that real tough string of games that the Braves just finished up on.
Something else to look forward to is good pitching by Julio Teheran. He's been red hot at home. Hopefully he'll use the force tonight in Game 1 with the Phillies here on July the 3rd.
Atlanta Braves baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day.
Welcome the Phillies to town. The 4th of July weekend, Braves baseball, and your friends from Fox. Should be a great weekend as the Braves try to gain some ground in the National League Eastern race, and they face off with the Phillies, who've given them some trouble so far this year. Here's a look at their Academy Sports and Outdoors batting order. Odubel Herrera leads off in center field, a converted second baseman. Cesar Hernandez has been a real hot hitter. He's at second base. Miguel Franco is their third baseman. Haven't seen him yet this year. You know about Ryan Howard, all-time Braves killer, 50 home runs in his career. Dominic Brown's in right. Cody Ashe's now their left fielder with Freddie Galvis, Cameron Rupp, and young Adam Morgan out of Marietta will pitch in bat ninth versus Julio Teheran.
Julio will be making his 17th start. He's 5-4 with a .494 ERA. Look at these averages against him. Bases empty, runners on, but especially with runners in scoring position. He has not been able to make pitches he needed to, and that's why his ERA is approaching 5 on the year. When he gets in those tough spots, basically he's just got to make better pitches and get outs in those spots. Let's take a look at his 4 keys to pitching success for Julio. Number 1, just go ahead and skip to the second inning. First inning has not been kind to Julio. In his last start, he gave up 5 runs in the first to the Pirates. That pretty much did him in. Turner burner. Yes, he has been. If there's one thing about Julio's 2015 season, he's been awesome here at home. He's 4-0 with a .235 ERA, just a .173 batting average against him here at his home park.
And he's facing a Phillies club that, as we've mentioned a couple of times, is having an awful year. They're playing .333 baseball as far as their winning percentage is concerned. And they just got poleaxed at home by the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee swept in a 4-game series, and they had double-digit hits in almost every single game. So, on paper, big advantage for the Braves, but the game isn't played on paper.
And I think Milwaukee scored in the first inning in all 4 of those ball games, so maybe the Braves can set the tone early against young Adam Morgan.
Gentle breeze blowing from right to left of the ballpark, blowing out toward the Braves bullpen. Sunny skies overhead. The lights are on. After a very rainy start to the day in Atlanta, it's turned out to be a very nice evening for baseball. Odubel Herrera will lead things off for Philadelphia. He's at .262, a couple of homers, and 21 runs batted in. And a good start for Teheran. We're underway. 77 degrees on July 3rd. And that missed inside for an even count. Herrera's an interesting story. A converted second baseman and a Rule 5 pick for the Phillies. They have a crowded outfield situation. At times he's been the odd man out. He's back in there tonight for them. He's done a nice job defensively, and if memory serves, he can really run.
Very fast, a little raw in the outfield. Sometimes throws the wrong bases, but he can outrun mistakes.
That's something the Phillies desperately need. A young, athletic player who can play every day, and he shoots one into right field for a leadoff single. Clap of the hands for Herrera as he leads off with a clean hit. And this is, as Joe mentioned, the problem spot for Julio Teheran. The first 3 outs have been tough to get.
Fastball, middle in, knee high. His first 2 guys, Herrera and Hernandez, have been red hot. If there's anybody swinging the bat well for the Phillies, it's these 2 guys at the top of their order.
And that's why Pete Mackanin, the interim manager for the Phillies, has them stacked up back-to-back at the top. Hernandez at .284 for the year. He's hit 10 of 11, and now lines to second, no throw to first. Sharply hit, 1 out. Right at Jace Peterson. Barely had to move. And here's Michael Franco, the young Philly third baseman. I think you hit it on the head a minute ago, Joe. Bad year for the Phillies, but this young man's been a very positive development for them.
Rookie Player of the Month for the month of June. Already with 10 homers since he got called up.
Well, he's right on top of the plate, too.
But you've got to treat the Phillies with respect. You've got to remember that they have won 3 games against you already this year. 3-3.
Respecting his power, started him with an off-speed pitch. 10 homers for Franco in the first 37 games. This is his 46th ball game for the Phillies. The last Philly to have 10 homers in his first 37 games, you have to go all the way back to 1931 in the annals of the Phillies ball club. Balls and a strike from Tehran. The pitch is smacked towards center. Maben on the run. He's going to get there as the ball hung up. Franco's retired, 2 out. Buzz Arlett was that 1931 Philly that started with that much power that quickly in his big league career.
That's why they called him Buzz. He was busy.
You bet. Well, if he hit 10 in 37 games, what do you call Ryan Howard, who's at 50 lifetime homers against the Braves?
Ryan Howard?
Yeah.
Mr. Howard.
Howard at 224 for the year, 13 homers, 37 knocked in. Runner goes, pitch a ball. LeVarn Wade's throw to second, short hop, and they got the tag down. Quick tag by Andrelton Simmons at short to erase Odubel Herrera. The Phillies may take a peek at this one. Pete Mackanin will get the word from Larry Poa. Save her out.
Well, LeVarn Wade was already running out of there to get that pitch. Nice handle by Simmons. Got him. Good call by Adrian Johnson.
Still hasn't touched the second base bag. He is out. Inning is over, and Tehran no trouble with the Phillies in the top of the first. Here comes Atlanta. We'll see how they fare against the Titans next. Still no score here at Turner Field. A look at the Braves Academy lineup. Chase Peterson leads off with Cameron Maben, last night's hero. Behind him in the second slot, Nick Markakis is third and right. Braves have their right-hand dominant lineup with the lefty on the mound. That means Chris Johnson and Johnny Gomes get a chance to play, and we get our first look, Joe, at a local kid pitching for the Phillies tonight.
Out of Marietta and Kell High School, Adam Morgan, 25 years old, 6'1", 195, third-round pick by the Phillies in 2011 out of the University of Alabama.
Jace Peterson takes a ball inside, 1-0.
You'll hear a lot of cheering for him tonight. A lot of his family and friends right below us.
Morgan beat the Cardinals June 21st. Tonight he makes his second start for the Phillies. came up when Jerome Williams tore a groin muscle. And there really weren't many options for the Phillies. This kid was winless at AAA.
Yeah, he's 0-6 at AAA and comes up and wins his first big league start.
Which snapped a string of 25 starts without a win by the Phillies starting staff. In fact, Adam Morgan is the Phillies team leader in wins for the month of June with 1 among their starting staff. That's how badly things have gone in Philly. Ground ball right side. Hernandez makes the play and the peg to first, 1 out.
High 80s, low 90s fastball, slider, curveball, change. He's supposed to have a very good slider that bites down and in to the back foot of the right-handed hitters. 68 innings at AAA with 81 hits allowed and only 33 strikeouts. Obviously a guy who pitches to contact. He just wants you to hit it where he wants you to hit it.
One of the biggest hits of the year came off the bat of Cameron Maybin last night, and a struck job into left. Base hit with 1 out. Back-to-back hits for Maybin dating back to the late innings last night. Short, quick blast to the left. First Braves hit of the night. Hits are even at 1, and here's Markakis. Lefty-lefty matchup for Nick. And up and in. Ball 1. Maybe tonight's the night for Nick Markakis to break into the home run column. Most hits of any big league player this year without a 4-bagger. Again, 1 ball, 1 strike. However, there have been no complaints at all about Nick Markakis' offensive approach or his production this year for the Braves. .383 on base percentage, 40 walks, 89 hits. And that one skied towards center. Herrera drifts back and makes the play. And 2 are out. Back to first is Maybin, and Chris Johnson's in the batter's box.
Morgan's first start was against the Cardinals, as Chip said. 6 hits and 2 walks, 8 base runners in 5 2/3 innings, but he only gave up 1 run. Struck out 6 to get out of some of that trouble.
Chris hitting .400 against left-handed pitchers this year. He's the Braves' cleanup man tonight. And they've been chased back to first. Good news in Washington. The Giants are beating the Nationals. That game's in the 7th inning. 1-0 San Francisco. Jake Peavy and Gio Gonzalez pitching. Braves start play tonight. 5 games off the division lead.
Chris Johnson, of course, licks his chops anytime a left-hander starts. Hitting an even .400 for the year with a homer. Just needs to get some of that to overlap into right-handed pitching.
Good hitters count. 2 balls, no strikes. Let's see what Morgan has in mind here. And a shot towards center. Herrera on the run, still coming. He leaps and makes the catch. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Off we go to the 2nd inning. Ryan Howard back in the batter's box in a scoreless ball game. part of the challenge for the Phillies ahead, Joe, is what do they do with these big name contracts that are still on the books in Philly?
Yeah, and Ryan Howard's leading off the inning. He's one of those guys. He's owed $50 million through next season with a big option in 2017. And as you peruse through some of these, Cliff Lee hasn't pitched all year. He's had a bad arm. Utley's on the DL. Papelbon and Hamels are the guys most often mentioned as possible trades at the deadline. But all of these guys, their buyouts at the end, if their options aren't exercised, are somewhere around $10 million across the board each. That will handicap any ball club.
And Andy McPhail, who will be the team's president when the season ends, he's been hired. He's evaluating and advising right now and watching the ball club play and trying to figure out how to make the Phillies relevant again in the National League East. If anybody can do that, it's Andy McPhail. He's done it before in Minnesota, the Cubs, and in Baltimore. Got a piece of LeVarn way behind the plate. It's 0-2 for Ryan Howard.
Doug Eddings, a home plate umpire, will run that ball out to Tehran to give LeVarn way a chance to regroup. Want to go upstairs. Good pitch. Perfect spot. Just couldn't get him to chase.
Swing and a fly ball to right. Markakis on the run, slowing now, and in the dappled sunshine makes the play. The Phillies' first baseman Ryan Howard is out number 1.
Can't beat this weather, can we?
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. And here's Dominic Brown. This man is a mystery man. A couple of years ago, Dominic Brown was an all-star. He has done very little since. Had an Achilles problem at the start of this season, went down to AAA, swung the bat well, but is hitting only .196 with the big league Phillies.
Yeah, he's at 56 at bats now.
Two years ago, Dominic Brown hit .272 and hit 27 home runs. Last year, he had .235 in 144 games, more games than his 2013 year. Hit only 10 homers.
And I want to say that 2 years ago, he hit most of those homers in a real short span that got him on the All-Star team. It's like he had a great April, May, June, something like that.
He had 12 of those homers in May.
Yeah,
of 2013.
Crazy.
The same number of home runs that Miguel Cabrera had in that month 2 years ago.
Right at the target. PNC Bank off the line a little bit, but he got that call. One before he didn't.
2-2 pitch is cut on and missed. Dominic Brown is struck out. First one of those for Julio tonight. And 2 men are retired.
We mentioned this in Pittsburgh, and I'm going to mention it earlier tonight for you fans who enjoy watching a good catcher work. Ryan LeVarnway's already thrown out a base stealer tonight, but just watch the way he sets up. There's not a lot of wasted motion. It's just like he's sitting in a chair there, moves his glove around. He's not chasing the baseball.
With Dominic Brown's struggles and the ascendance of Michael Franco, Cody Ashe, who used to play first base, was also sent to the minor leagues, but to learn how to play left field. He's starting to swing the bat a little better for the Phillies. He's at .254 for the year. 2 balls, no strikes.
Watching Wilson Ramos for the last 3 nights catch for Washington, he hardly ever picked his glove up to give the pitcher a target. He moved around a lot. The glove was never shown to the pitcher as a point of reference. And you'll see with LeVarnway, it's always placed where he wants to pitch.
Sharply hit by Ashe up the middle, and he has a 2-out single for the Phillies. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Freddie Galvis. Say what you will about the Phillies, look at the 2-out hit. With the exception of Ryan Howard, this is, from an offensive standpoint, still a very young team. Every other starter in their lineup tonight is 27 years old or younger. For a team that's looking for silver linings any way they can find them, I would assume that for Philadelphia, that's one of them.
Yeah, because all the talk for the last 2 years is that they are becoming graybeards and they can't do anything about it because all those guys had such huge contracts.
Pop back toward us and reach on to Galvis.
You got to have that ball.
If he had the net, Balfour.
No, I mean just reach over. Huh? Just reach over. You got long arms.
Yeah, real slow feet. No balls and a strike. I'm ready if he sends one back this time. Just missed the corner. It's 1-1. And a little too wide for Doug Eddings, who's got the plate tonight. And now 1-2. Julio's trying for win number 6. The Braves are trying to win number 39. In the air to right. Markakis will play it on a hop. Ashe around second, on his way to third. Simmons cuts it off. There'll be no play, and they're at the corners. So Freddie Galvis with his 21st hit since June the 21st. He too has been a hot hitter, and they're at the corners with 2 out.
They've been scoring some runs lately. They just haven't been able to outscore their opponent. Galvis, who's taken over at shortstop in the absence of Jimmy Rollins. Hitting .400 against the Braves coming into this game.
And you're right about the Phillies, almost 6 runs a game over the last 11. But their ERA almost 7. Tough way to win. Here's Cameron Rupp, big catcher.
Ball outside.
And it missed. 1. June 21st, Phillies have scored the most runs per game in the big leagues. Braves in the same period have scored the second fewest. Only the Mets have had more offensive trouble. The pitch. And it's an even count. Don't envy the Mets. After all their offensive troubles, now they go to LA and start a series with the Dodgers, and they start with Kershaw and Greinke. Hang with them. Yep. Cameron Rupp out of Plano, Texas, and the University of Texas. That's outside. You got the pitcher next and a base open. There are 2 out in the inning. Rupp, a 3rd-round pick by the Phillies in 2010. He has essentially supplanted Carlos Ruiz behind the plate. got the first 2 outs in the inning. Back-to-back hits have him in some trouble. And he's way behind Rupp. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, don't give in here. If you do lose him, you got the pitcher, but you want to throw him a slider and see if he'll chase it, do it. Takes the high fastball instead.
Galvis will be off with the pitch from first. Ashe will lead at third. Full count, 2 outs. And LaVarnway wants to be sure. Just missed the corner.
Almost.
So the bases are loaded for the pitcher. 2 singles and a walk. And a look at ball 4.
Julio thought it was good enough. ENC Bank shows you it's just off the corner.
We can hear Adams' family right below us. He's batting with bases full. And a strike.
Adam out of Kell High School, and it's right in the backyard of the East Cobb baseball program. Played on some national championships in the summertime at East Cobb.
Strike. And sliced foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, he's happy with Morgan. Obviously, he's pitching for them and pitching productively in the major leagues, but that was in doubt. Didn't play at all last year, coming back from shoulder surgery. Big crowd wants Tehran to end it here. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Struck him out with a breaking ball. Second strikeout of the inning and the game. The Phillies load him up with 2 outs. Can't break through. Bottom of the second, no score. Max Scherzer on the mound. Maben bouncing ball over third, called fair by C.D. Buckner. That brought in Pedro Siriaco with a walk-off winner for the Braves. 2-1 the final last night. Atlanta took 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. And you got to think, Paul Bird, the team was sky high after that one last night, right?
They absolutely were, Chip. I was in the locker room today. Everybody excited. Dana Evelyn, who has been with 10 different teams, said the ups and downs are just part of it. Everybody was excited. Jace Peterson blown away with the young pitching that the Braves are bringing up. Did not just throw very hard, great breaking balls, but also throw strikes. He said nobody's walking anybody, and that's a blast to play behind. And finally, Jason Grilli, who said that he loves eating grilled cheese sandwiches after a win. They taste a lot better, and he felt they sent a message to the Nationals that this Braves team's got a lot of fight, and they're not going away. So capitalizing on that momentum, we'll see what happens tonight, guys.
I think you're exactly right, Paul, that the Braves really needed to win that series just to let the Nationals know that the Braves are not just going to roll over the rest of the season, despite what the record was at the beginning of the series. Big win.
So the Braves are 5 back, and they're in a scoreless tie with the Phillies heading to the home second. Juan Uribe, Johnny Gomes, and Andrelton Simmons are the Braves hitters. Paul brings up a great point too. Boy, Manny Banuelos, big league debut last night. Were it not for some cramps and dehydration, who knows how impressive his numbers would have been. They're already great. 7 strikeouts last night.
Oh, no. We'll think.
5 2/3 innings of work for the young Braves left-hander.
For young Mr. Morgan, he's going to need that pitch tonight. He's going to need it to have good command of it. And that's his changeup. Bunch of right-handers in the lineup tonight.
Missed high, 3 balls and a strike for Uribe, who's riding a 4-game hitting streak for the Braves. He's got 7 hits in that stretch. And a high fly ball toward right. Be playable for Dominic Brown. 1 man down. It's an exciting finish last night. Let's take a look at our Toyota tweet of the week. What's been the most exciting moment of the Braves season so far? Tweet us at Fox Sports South using hashtag Braves Season Best, and your tweet could be read during the Braves live post-game show. A team as good as Washington and a pitcher as good as Max Scherzer in the way that Atlanta did last night. I don't know if you can have a better moment than that. We'll see what tonight brings. Johnny Gomes stands in. And he unloads on the first pitch deep toward left. She is long gone. A home run, Johnny Gomes. That's pretty exciting too. 1-0 Atlanta on a solo home run.
Johnny needed that. He hasn't been playing a lot. His at-bats have been kind of sporadic at best. High fastball, short swing. Look how short that follow-through was. Snaps an 0 for 12.
Andrelton Simmons pops one up. Franco gives chase near the Phillies dugout and have a play.
First homer for Johnny since when? May 3rd. Been a while.
Braves, who don't hit many homers, get their first run with one here in the second inning. No shot.
No doubter at that.
Straightened up Andrelton. 1 ball, 1 strike. To short. Galvis has it. Loads up. And got his man 2 out. And here's Ryan LaVarnway making his 4th start for the Braves tonight. Ryan had one of the more memorable hits for the Braves this year, that double off Matt Harvey that hit the yellow line in left center field. That turned into the only run that the Braves needed to beat. That's flame-throwing right-handed pitcher. Strike call. 1-1.
See a guy hit a ball that far with that kind of short swing. Shows you how strong he is and how quick his bat is through the zone.
Mile high pop. Who wants it? Ryan Howard, little taller than Freddie Galvis, and he makes the play right at the pitcher's rubber. Johnny Gomes on the first pitch of the night hits a long homer to left, and just like that, as we head to the 3rd inning, Braves lead the Phillies 1-0. Better for you this weekend. Sunday, the Braves and Phillies slug it out in America's pastime at 1 Eastern right here on Fox Sports South. Then the rematch we've all been hoping for is here with Team USA versus Japan in the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup Final. Coverage starts at 5 Eastern only on your local Fox station and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Kelly and Chris look like they've been on the soccer field before. Nice juggling, dribbling. What do you call it? Juggling? Soccer ball? I'm told yes by our producer. Yes.
I thought it was dribbling.
Dribbling is weaving your way down.
Oh, okay. Or if I eat soup improperly, which happens from time to time. So go USA. It should be a great match. And a soccer-like score tonight. 1-0 Atlanta as we head to the 3rd inning. Odubel Herrera. Bunt. And went right through it. Doug Headings points at him, said, yeah, he did. Herrera disagreed, but he's down a strike.
Nice flag, folks. Big one.
Hope you can fly it proudly all weekend. Big crowds at the ballpark expected all weekend. We've got fireworks tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow's game will be nationally televised on Big Fox. Joe and I will be back with you on Sunday for the homestand wrap-up. Now thinking 2 for Herrera. And he served the foul at first. Another question for the Phillies is who will be their manager at the end of the season. Pete McCannon took over for Ryne Sandberg. The original announcement was that McCannon would serve as the interim manager only until the end of the Phillies' just completed homestand. Now Pete will guide the Phillies the rest of the year, and I would assume he'd be in the running for the job full-time next season. Johnson made a nice play, but it's a foul ball. Great effort. That's applauded by the crowd. 2 strikes still to Herrera.
I think that was a very smart idea on the part of the Phillies to extend Pete McCannon through the year. Why be in such a rush to make a decision that's that important if what was there before Ryne Sandberg wasn't working? So maybe you need to rethink what kind of manager you need for this ball club going forward. And nice that they are going to allow Pete to have it the rest of the year while they think about those things.
And who knows, maybe he'll do a terrific job and he won't have to go get anybody else. Popped up, something off speed, and Simmons drifts back and makes the play for the first out.
And I think Pete should be flattered by the fact that he was the guy chosen to do it when they've got Larry Boa sitting over there, who has been a manager in the big leagues, including for a time for the Phillies, and Charlie Manuel, who is still in the front office with the Phillies, who was the longtime manager for the Fightins. But Pete's the guy.
13 years Pete McCannon managed in the minor leagues. He's been an interim manager before in the big leagues, which was also something important to the Phillies. Also an interim manager for the Cincinnati Reds. So this is not his first rodeo in very difficult situations as a big league coach and manager. There's a strike. 1-1 for Cesar Hernandez.
Hernandez has been on quite a tear. 11 for his last 26 now. And that out tonight was a line shot to Peterson.
Broken bat, line drive to short. Simmons flags that down. And Cesar Hernandez left with nothing but the bat handle. And he's out number 2. 2 lineouts. Here's Michael Franco. Armway got popped. Phillies signed Franco as an amateur free agent in January of 2010. From the Dominican Republic and just 22 years old. And here you want this kid for a long time.
This is one of those things where it's pertinent to right now with the international signing period, and with the Braves making 3 moves yesterday.
That's ripped into left field. Gomes will play it on a couple of hops, and from the warning track, he's going to hold Franco to a long single. Good effort by Gomes. Another 2-out Phillies hit.
But the amount of money that each team is allotted as pool money to sign international free agents, and the Braves made 3 deals yesterday to increase their pool of money. They got slots from the Dodgers, the A's, and then late last night from Tampa Bay, as they are making efforts to sign some Latin players with this increased pool of money that they're acquiring for some of their minor league players.
Each one of those draft numbers has a certain amount of money attached to it. And you can add those slots to the already allotted amount of money that baseball has set aside for you. The Braves got the slots numbered 53, 73, 87, and 103 late yesterday. 1 ball, no strikes. That was an area that John Hart said was going to be an immediate area of focus and hopefully improvement for the Braves and farm system. We know all about the players they've gotten from Curacao. Dominican, Cuban, Venezuelan kids have been a little harder to come by for the Braves. Hopefully that's going to change in the years to come. 3-0 to Ryan Howard.
There is no international draft, so it is basically first come, first serve, depending on your allotted pool money. If you exceed your allotted money, then there is a tax on that, and it's hefty.
Strike to Howard. John Hart was quoted as saying he's got his SEAL team down there in Latin America looking for these prospects. Gordon Blakely is the man who was brought in to scout Latin America, Dominican specifically, for the Braves. Balls and a strike for Howard. He's around. He's got to look back. Full count. And it's asking for an appeal. And Doug Eddings said no need. You swung.
And when Ryan sees the replay, he will understand.
Runner goes. And Howard smokes one to first. Chris Johnson's got it. Teheran to the bag. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, a man left. 1-0 Atlanta. Julio Teheran leads off the third. On Saturday, July 18th, when the Braves take on the Cubs for this year's mother-son game. This ticket package includes a discounted game ticket, an exclusive T-shirt, and inclusion in the pregame parade around the field. Don't miss out on this memorable night. The Braves welcome you to mother-son today. Go to Braves.com for more ticket information.
That'll be fun.
See the Cubs right after the All-Star break. The Dodgers in town. Julio Teheran takes a strike. Up and out play. The Braves pitcher. It's quickly 0-2. Johnny Gomes, a one-out solo homer in the second, the only run of the game to this point. finals in the National League today. The Marlins beat the Cubs at Wrigley today. Marlins are playing pretty good baseball without Giancarlo Stanton. They've won 5 of 6 games since Stanton got hurt.
Plus they had to go from a day game in Miami yesterday to Chicago and play a day game today. That was a quick turnaround for them.
For a sweep of the Giants, the Marlins beat the Cubs. Up into shallow right field. Brown is there, and he's got it. And there's the first down of the inning. That'll bring up Jace Peterson. He's grounded out his first time up. That ball's hit hard toward right. Brown got there, and after he made the grab, came to a sliding stop. Nice catch. 2 out. And here's Cameron Maybin, our Lowe's Never Stop Improving feature tonight.
Yeah, compare what he's done this year to what he had done the last 2 years. What a turnaround for him. 67 hits to 68 already in 70 games this year. 6 homers, 37 driven in. Swiping bags. Unbelievable numbers with runners in scoring position, including last night. He's had a really good start to his season here in the first half.
Just never know when it's all going to click for a player, and it has for Maybin in the first half. 1-1 pitch. He's in for a strike.
There's that changeup that I said he needed to have command of, and that was a good one. They've gotten a call on a borderline pitch too.
Now it's even for Cameron Maybin. Stop, full count.
It's not very often a young man is 0-6 with a 4.74 ERA in AAA, and you get called up, and not only you might not just make a spot start, but you stick around.
To short. Galvis tricky hop, stayed with it, and threw a strike to first. And the Braves are out in order in the third. Dominic Brown goes to work for the Phillies in the fourth, and the Braves lead them 1-0.
By AT&T Uverse, Delta Airlines, and your local Ford dealer.
Johnny Gomes homer, all the offense so far in tonight's ball game. Julio Teheran up to his old tricks, pitching very effectively here in his home ballpark. And he'll go to the fourth inning with Dominic Brown, Cody Ashe, and Freddie Galvis coming up for the Phillies. Phillies have 4 hits, but have not been able to break through yet. They loaded the bases in the second with 2 outs. Adam Morgan struck out to end that Philadelphia threat. Julio with 2 strikeouts. Dominic Brown, his first strikeout victim. Tall, rangy left-hand hitter, Dominic Brown. And breaking ball, strike 1.
Here, a comparison of those numbers you were talking about earlier, Chip, especially in 13 when he had that great month of May and went on to hit 27 homers. It had a .324 on base percentage, and it's gone slowly downhill. Some would say rapidly downhill. In his defense, he did have some Achilles tendonitis early in the season that slowed his start. Also an Atlanta product out of Redan High School.
Play foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There were some with the Phillies traveling party who thought that Brown may be running out of opportunities to stay in the lineup. As I mentioned, they have a pretty crowded outfield situation. You've got Ashe in left. Herrera, they want to play every day to see what they've got. They also have Ben Revere. Jeff Rancourt, too. Swing and a miss. Brown has struck out for a second time tonight. 1 away in the 4th inning.
Yeah, Jeff's playing well for them in spot duty. Good breaking ball. When Julio's last start got off such a rotten start in Pittsburgh, got the first guy out and then gave up 5 runs on 5 hits. There was also an error mixed in there and a walk. He hit a batter. I mean, he couldn't have had a much worse inning. After that, he settled in. And as we said at the time, hold him right there. You got to pitch like you have a lead instead of behind 5 runs. And he did not give up a run until the 5th inning, when he began to tire a little bit.
Line foul. Passed first off the bat of Cody Ashe.
But I thought he did a great job after the blowout first inning of settling down and pitching better baseball. He really sucked it up.
There's another Brave starter who had a similar kind of rebound. That's Alex Wood. Which was terrific his last time out. He'll pitch here in game 2 tomorrow. 0-2. And Ashe hits it to straightaway center. Can Maven find it? Looked like he lost it for a moment, but he's got it. Big smile on Cameron's face. Maybe he's just trying to fake us out.
If he did a good job of it.
Don't do that, Cameron. We're too old for that kind of
Our eyes
drama.
are too bad.
Yeah. Talk to him about that tomorrow. Here's Freddie Galvis.
Every team we play that faces Julio Teheran, people ask, what's the deal with Teheran? What's wrong with Julio Teheran? What's going on with Teheran? And my answer is typically somehow he got off track, that he thought of himself as a sinker ball pitcher early in the year, and he just kind of fell in love with his 2-seam fastball and got away from the fact that he was capable of throwing 94 miles an hour and overpowering teams and being dominant.
He's had a good fastball tonight. 91, 92. At 92 and upstairs, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, see, he went right after him upstairs. So what? He missed high. All right. There is home road splits. if he came even close to what he's doing here at Turner Field on the road, nobody would be asking those questions. That was the two-seamer.
Three balls and a strike. And that caught a corner. You look at where Julio has started on the road this year. Big ballparks. At the Mets, at Washington, at Miami, at LA, at San Francisco, and at Pittsburgh.
You got a gift there.
Payoff. Lost him. Second walk of the night. Fourth, make that fifth Phillies base runner tonight with 2 outs.
And he's walked a bunch of guys this year. He's in the top 10 or 12 in the National League in walks among starters, and that's unusual for him too. But I'll put some of that on his two-seamer that he fell in love with early in the year too. If I know how hard it is. No, I don't. Didn't only pitch 2 innings. I understand how difficult it is when we think you got to be able to throw a strike anytime you want to. But I'll call it philosophically. When you get the first 2 outs of an inning, there's nobody on base. I'd understand if a pitcher gave up a lot of 2-out hits, because I think I would be inclined to pound the zone, challenge 2 outs, and I might get through the inning with a quick 1, 2, 3 inning. And if the guys get a hit, then okay, I got to go to work again.
The point I was trying to make about the places where Julio was pitching, those are places where you can get away with getting outs on fly balls. So use your four-seam fastball in those big yards. Let your outfield defense do some work for you. Same here in Atlanta. Big park. Turn it loose. And he has done that here at home. To make his 70th pitch. And number 8 hitter Cameron Rupp is standing in. He walked his first time up.
We've even got camera operators on the camera operators tonight.
Popped up. Who wants it? It'll be Andrelton Simmons, of course. He's got it. And the side is retired. Part of the order up for the Braves in the fourth, looking to extend a 1-0 lead. Our Toyota key play of the game, a long homer for the Braves left fielder, and as we saw against the Nationals, Joe, what a difference an early lead makes for the Braves.
Absolutely it does. Even if it's just one run, gives everybody a little hop in their step, feeling good about themselves. Go up there and swing the bats, and a little breathing room for Julio. Hey, souvenir time.
That's ball Johnny hit.
Yeah,
with seats and left. So Nick Markakis will lead things off. 3, 4, and 5 for the Braves tonight. And he takes a ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. They're in the 9th in Washington. The Nationals have taken a 2-1 lead over the Giants, and that just went final. Washington won. Have to win tonight to stay 5 back.
Cut!
2-1 your count. Outside. With all the celebrations this weekend here in Atlanta with the 4th of July holiday, his bullpen coach Eddie Perez had a nice honor bestowed upon him.
Outstanding.
First the 3-1 pitch, and that's ball 4 to Markakis. Eddie Perez was named by the trustees of Carnegie Corporation part of the 2015 Great Immigrants, the Pride of America initiative, which includes 38 individuals who've helped advance and enlighten our society, culture, and economy. The 38 great immigrants honored this year come from 30 different countries around the world and represent leadership in a wide range of professions, including U.S. attorneys, Nobel laureates, the Google engineering director Craig Neville Manning, actress Sofia Vergara, singer Talia, Alex Trebek, Lorne Michaels, and our own Eddie Perez.
I mean, that's pretty good company, isn't it?
If you're in the same sentence with Sofia Vergara,
doesn't matter what it's for.
And as Eddie said, he's always the best looking guy in the ballpark, and he's honored with one of the best looking women in the world.
I know this. He's got a beautiful family. Just gorgeous kids.
So Eddie, congratulations.
Honor.
We're very proud of you, and we're thrilled we get to work with you every day. And we understand he's going to run Peachtree tomorrow.
And he's now a U.S. citizen. He'll be able to vote for me for president.
Well, that's right. Swing and miss. By the way, if you missed it, that was Joe's campaign announcement. He played on Fox tomorrow.
Yeah, we've been kind of holding off on that announcement, but there you go. Kind of snuck out.
Cat's out of the bag. We got campaign materials and everything. As Johnson awaits the pitch, and it's way outside.
It's kind of a tight budget too. You talk about your grassroots campaign.
Now, do you have a campaign slogan that you're ready to announce on this Independence Day Eve?
Yes, vote for Joe.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be some eliminate the DH. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's part of my platform.
I like it. Might have trouble in some of the AL cities, but we're in the National League in landslide. Let's see if Markakis runs with nobody out. He's got a short lead. Not going. And the pitch is scalded into the seats beyond the Phillies dugout. Would it go into the dugout? No, it went into the dugout. Beg your pardon. It's moving so fast I lost it. Johnson down on strikes. And there's the first out of the fourth inning.
That's the slider. We were told about his good slider to right-handers, down and in. This one was biting in on Chris from the beginning. And over the top of it. First strikeout tonight.
Here's Juan Uribe, a man aboard, one out. He flying to right. He's 0 for 1. Swing and miss. The Braves announced their 2 international prospects that they acquired last night. Both of them 16 years old. Darian Cruz and Christian PHI, I believe is how it's pronounced. Cruz a shortstop, PHI an outfielder, both from the Dominican Republic. Ball, 1 strike.
Cruz was listed as the 5th best international prospect and the best overall athlete in the class, according to Baseball America.
1-1 pitch. Again, a mile high but foul by Uribe. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gordon Blakely and his staff, Mark Russo, Mike Silvestri, Leve Ochoa, Alex Cotto. The bulk of the scouting for the Braves. The international free agent draft. And a squibber hit towards second. There's 1. And there's 2. It's a double play, and that ends the Braves' 4th. Morgan, Herrera, and Hernandez coming to the plate for the Phillies. Still a 1-0 Atlanta lead.
Right stuff, low price, every day.
Joe and Chip back with you here on July the 3rd. Beautiful night for baseball. And the Braves, before a big crowd in Atlanta, have a 1-0 lead over the Phillies, courtesy of Johnny Gomes' solo home run. Phillies pitcher Adam Morgan leads things off. Tehran struck him out with the bases loaded back in the 2nd inning. So our first look at Morgan. You can see why the Phillies are excited about this youngster. Pitching well tonight. One mistake has cost him the lead.
Yeah, he's spotting his fastball. He's moving the ball around. His changeup has been effective. His slider was effective to Chris Johnson on that 1 pitch. So using all his pitches, and so far so good. Only 2 hits allowed.
Best fastballs of the night from Julio right there. That one at 93. Little tapper. Teheran can't get it. Peterson. Backhanded flip. And Chris Johnson couldn't corral it. And Morgan's aboard to start the Phillies' 5th. That'll be ruled an infield hit. And that'll be his first big league hit.
Just backhanded that right over Chris's head. Too close. And too hard.
So a wealth of opportunities for the Phillies now. Double Herrera will bat with a pitcher aboard and nobody out. 1-0. Atlanta leads it. And he pushes a bunt. Uribe's got it. Momentary fumble, but he got his man at first. That's a 5-3 sacrifice for Herrera. Now Cesar Hernandez hits. Has lined out to second twice. He's getting playing time because Chase Utley's out with bad ankle. It's been a rough year for the great Phillies second baseman Chase Utley. And a line drive to right field, a base hit. Here comes Morgan around third, and he is going to score. The throw is going to come into second, and that's going to be an easy out. Cesar Hernandez singles home the Phillies pitcher and tried to extend into a double and is thrown out by Nick Markakis. But that run scoring hit ties the game at 1 apiece.
Third hard hit ball of the night for Hernandez, who continues his hot ways, but he got a fastball knee high down the middle. That hit by Morgan, just the 3rd of his professional career. Why Hernandez pulled up there, but he was an easy out. But only 2 previous hits in the minor leagues for Morgan.
So the underhanded flip leads to the Phillies tying run. Miguel Franco bats with a 1-for-2 night. Pushed him off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Two and 2. Franco, our Georgia lottery, hitting the jackpot feature tonight.
Quite a month of June for this rookie. No wonder he was the rookie of the month. 24 RBIs. He had back-to-back 5 RBI games in New York against the Yankees in interleague play.
Very solid, 6'1", 213 pounds. And he digs in with a full count, 2 outs. Swing and a rocket hit toward the gap in left center field. Gomes will play that off the base of the wall. It sticks under the padding. And Franco with a 2-out double.
That was sizzling out there. The story about the series in New York against the Yankees. Back-to-back 5 RBI games. Slider that was in the middle of the plate. And he got hit with a pitch. Yankees hit him. Cole Hamels responded by hitting Alex Rodriguez with a pitch. Next time up, Franco hit a game-winning double.
Well, Franco made his big league debut against the Braves last September 2nd. Picked up his first RBI as a big leaguer on a sacrifice fly. First big league hit came against Steven Strasburg and went off Tehran's glove. And out shortstop, Ryan Howard will be retired, 1-6-3. But the Phillies tie the game. A pitcher's hit and an RBI hit from Cesar Hernandez makes it 1-1.
Night at Turner Field, and representing forces with the bobblehead is Jason Grilli. It's a little unusual. I've never seen one like that representing Empire behind us. These guys aren't about the I'm nervous just like today. But here we got representing more level, who is and we got Matthew, who is a huge Braves fan, and you are the true Star Wars fan of here. Now I got to know, are you old school? Are you 70s, 80s, or do you like the new stuff they came out with late 90s and 2000? We got Return of the Jedi. I got to know, are you kidding?
We're going to have to get back to you, Paul. We're having a little problem with the microphone as Johnny Gomes goes to work for the Braves in the 5th inning. His homer, the only Atlanta run. Braves got a break. And Cesar Hernandez ran into a second out. Franco's double would have scored the speedy Hernandez had he stayed at first base. There's the off-speed pitch. It's 0-2. This kid was tough. Gave up a run, 6 hits in 5 2/3 innings against the Cardinals. It was his first big league start. He's allowed 2 hits in his hometown tonight. 1-2.
And hit the target there. I think his fastball's topped out at 90 tonight. That's the best one I've seen anyway. Put a good use of it there, up and in, ahead in the count.
Gomes down swinging. That's the second strikeout for Adam Morgan. And that's That's how the Braves' fifth starts tonight.
Slider breaking balls, late breaking. It seems to travel, has pretty good tilt to it, and the hitters are not only swinging over the top of it, they're a little out in front of it. It's like speed-wise, he takes a little off of it too. I don't think that was a changeup. That's got a little spin working. There was the changeup.
Dropped in at 76 miles an hour. Off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes for the Braves shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. Even count.
Morgan got his first big league hit. He came around and scored the tying run. His adrenaline's pumping.
In the air toward right, maybe right center. Brown got there though, and 2 are out.
It appears tonight that, with the exception of the home run, he's missing the barrel of the bat. Braves are hitting some balls, are making contact, but there's some that are just getting in around the brand of the bat, some off the end of the bat. They're not squaring them up.
Let's see if Ryan Lavarnway can square one up. He popped out to Ryan Howard to end the Braves' second.
Oh no, really? That's too bad.
Scoring change. Take away the hit for Adam Morgan. It's now ruled an error. E4 on Jace Peterson.
Well, the way he's pitching, he'll get more at bats. He'll get a chance. But you can put that baseball away somewhere.
Well, his run counts, and it tied the game for the Phillies. 1 ball, 1 strike for Lavarnway. Base is empty. And the pitch. This is away from Cameron Rupp. Have the pitcher next. You see Morgan's pitch count. Very efficient. He gave up 2 hits. Now they have a low pitch count. Two balls, 2 strikes, just a few minutes past 9 o'clock Eastern time. Hope your holiday weekend's off to a great start. You'll stick with us on our Fox family of networks all weekend long. Braves baseball, Women's World Cup soccer, and a swing and a miss by Lavarnway, and that ends the inning. 3 out, 3 down for Adam Morgan. We head to the 6th inning already. Tie game, 1 apiece. course, Darth Vader got a hold of Paul Bird's microphone, but our audio Yoda, David Poole, got it straightened out. Paul Bird is standing by.
Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable.
Here's some of the Braves cast of characters in their Star Wars outfits. Andre Aldrich. Very nice. Tom Glavine.
Never
Paul Bird.
So good.
Paul Bird. Nice.
And Chip and Joe, I think we got one of you guys as well.
Hey.
You're not getting away with that.
Most hair I ever had.
Well, way to go, guys. Yeah, Darth Vader did grab hold of my microphone early, but we got the Jason Grilli bobblehead right here. Darth, you got to get out of here. You're too much trouble. And we got Jason Grilli here. It's a little unusual, but it works. I got Princess Leia, Han Solo right here. The Empire's behind us. We walk over here. How about these costumes? Darth, let me go there, Darth. And then we come over here to Stormtrooper. I've always wondered what a Stormtrooper looks like under that mask. What do we got? Wow, not what I was expecting. You guys having fun out here tonight?
We're having a blast. We're having a great time. Thank you for having us.
You can't take enough pictures. And are you excited about the Atlanta Braves and these young pitchers?
I'm very excited about it.
Okay. And we got Darth doing the tomahawk chop. So a lot of fun out here in the plaza, guys. And don't forget about that Jason Grilli bobblehead, which is a little unusual, but gets the job done. Back to you guys.
All right, Paul, thanks. That has turned out to be, not just in Atlanta, but all around the big leagues, one of the most popular promotions year after year, week after week, Star Wars night. We had a great pregame parade with the fans marching around the warning track.
That Chewbacca look for you.
Yeah.
You know, couldn't tell. What was that, all eyebrow?
Pretty much. You know, I've always said if I ever start to have the hair issues that you're going through now.
Yeah, the receding hairline thing.
You know, I can just comb my eyebrows straight back up over my forehead. I'm
That
good
is
to
a
go.
good point.
Right?
Yeah. I think I look like Harrison Ford.
Wait a minute.
That reminded me.
Strike two.
I was listening to another game today driving in, and a guy was kind of on his soapbox about some things. He went through 4 or 5 points that he was trying to stress, and he said, and I agree with everything I just said.
Really?
And it was deadpan. I mean, he was serious. I thought, well, I'm glad.
Yeah. Of course. It's great. That's the one cool thing about the radio game. You can go off. You can get on your soapbox for 9 innings if you want. What were some of the? You remember what some of the points were that this guy was upset about?
I'll think about it and try to remember what the. I think it was about this broadcaster's team and how they could go on a real good run and be right in the thick of things type stuff. They got to do this, they got to do that, and I agree with everything I just said.
It's great. No balls, 2 strikes. Freddie Galvis. 2 up, 2 down for Tehran. And a fly ball in the air to center. And that's playable for Maben. A 10-pitch inning for Julio. He needed that. He'll go to work in the 6th inning. He'll agree with a leadoff hit if he can get it. 1-1 ball game.
night, Tuesday, July 21st, when the Braves take on the Dodgers. First 20,000 fans through the gates will receive a bobblehead featuring Freddie Freeman hugging Johnny Gomes. Don't miss out on this limited edition bobblehead by visiting Braves.com/tickets to get your seats today. I wonder if Johnny got a hug tonight after his homer.
You know what?
I didn't notice.
I didn't think to look. And all of Braves country loves that sign. Feel better, Freddie.
Love those T-shirts. Yeah, let's get this offense going. Get the pitcher to get it started here in the 6th.
Yeah, their guy reached with a ball in play in the 5th. Led to a run. Let's see if Julio can do the same. He's 2 for 27 at the plate so far this year after popping out to start the Braves 3rd. Great crowd tonight. They've been in it from the very first pitch. We've seen two good youngsters get after it. 1-1 game after 5.5. There's strike one. So our great crew has the answer for you. After the Gomes home run,
does that qualify as a hug?
It was a little chest bump, arm wrap. No thank you, I'll just take the chest bump.
yeah.
Or maybe they were reenacting the bobblehead. You know, the bobblehead, they've just kind of got their arms up, right?
You know what? That's a good point. Two balls, 2 strikes. And out of play. Still 2-2.
As bad as the Phillies have been this year, here's something to consider, and that is that you don't want to be behind late in the game, because Ken Giles and Jonathan Papelbon have been very good. Phillies are 18-3 when they lead after 6.
Just short. Galvis got it. And retires Tehran.
18-3 when they lead after 6. They're 22-1 when they lead after 7. And when they lead after 8, 22-0. So that's not been the problem. Closing out games when they've got a lead. They just haven't had enough of them.
43 times this year the Phillies have scored 3 runs or less offensively. They've only won 5 of those ball games. They have 1 run tonight, but that's good enough for a tie with the Braves. Here's Jace Peterson. Jace is 0 for 2. Peterson can take a walk. He's got good speed. Braves need a base runner. Walks for Peterson, second most on the club. Markakis leads the way with 41, including 1 tonight. Now 2-2. Phillies start play tonight 27-54, a .333 win percentage. They are on pace to lose 108 times this year. They have not had a 100-loss season since Gene Mauch managed them in 1961. And Peterson trying to check a swing, tipped it into the glove of Cameron Rupp, and that's out number 2.
That'll make you mad. You've checked your swing, but the ball found your bat as it went by. During this stretch of games where the Phillies have gone 8-28, their last 36 games, they have a run differential of -82. Let's get the bats going.
They've been outscored, Joe, by an astounding 132 runs this year. This is the Phillies' 82nd game. Begin the second half of the year officially tonight. 1-0 pitch. Maven scorches one past Franco down the left field line. Maven's got an extra base hit. And he'll glide into second with a 2-out double, and there's the go-ahead run for the Braves if they can get it. Cameron Maven's 9th double.
Quick stroke, hands inside the baseball, kept it fair. Fastball in. Boy, he's swinging good.
He's got that ball down the third base line play working pretty good, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. That one was hit with a lot more authority right there. Braves need a clutch 2-out hit here from Markakis.
Braves as a team hitting .290 this year with runners in scoring position. They've cooled a bit with this 13-14 game offensive drought. Markakis hitting .304 and scoring chances at the plate for the Braves. He likes to hit early in the count. See what he does with the first pitch. It's outside, ball one. Even count.
See, those were really two really good efforts and pitches by a young pitcher. He missed away, but not by much. He went right back to the same spot and got the call on what was a borderline pitch. Markakis didn't like it. He thought he was going to have a 2-0 count to work with here, but Morgan tried to hit the same spot again. And again.
But for Nick Markakis in the batter's box, that's a dangerous place to pitch in, because how many times have we seen Nick serve it over the shortstop's head? Three straight pitches away from the Braves right fielder. Let's see what he gets ahead in the count here. 2 balls and a strike. Just missed. Chris Johnson waits next. 3 balls and a strike.
Slider. Just a little off the plate. Banuelos last night was utterly confident in throwing his changeup in any count.
Ball 4. Markakis takes a walk. So the Braves with some 2-out threats, a double and a walk. That brings up Chris Johnson. It also brings out Bob McClure, the Phillies pitching coach. And while he chats with his young left-hander, let's take a look at tonight's AT&T Uver's trivia question. What Atlanta Brave has the highest single season batting average against the Phillies? Low minimum, just 20 at bats.
It's not many at bats. When you think about it, that's 5 games. One season, but Brian McCann used to wear these guys out, didn't he? Especially at Citizens Bank Park. I think I'll go with Brian McCann tonight.
First name that popped into my mind was hitting fool Matt Diaz.
Good call too.
Think about it for a bit as Pete McCannon and Larry Boa contemplate their options. Johnson, a .400 hitter against lefties, has been stymied tonight in 2 trips to the plate. He's flat out and struck out.
Right man, right place. Wears out left-handed pitching. He's due tonight.
That one got away from the catcher, and everybody's going to move up 90 feet. A very wild pitch. It's a little more pressure on the Phillies. It takes away the force plays.
Way out in front of the plate. Rupp did everything he could to get in front of it, but it skipped under it.
A single could net you 2 runs. The way Tehran's pitching, that would be very, very big. But got to get the hit first. 1 ball, no strikes.
He's worked him down and in with the slider and now the changeup.
I believe this kid was 0-6 at AAA.
Yeah. Good lead.
Now it's 1-2.
Looked a little high, but top of the zone. And after all those pitches down and in, I'm sure it looked high to Chris.
Bounced foul.
They've got a base open, but they're ahead in the count now. Uribe on deck, another right-handed hitter, hitting .316 as a Brave against lefties.
David and Markakis lead. The pitch is served out towards second. Mendez has it, and the inning is over. Adam Morgan, nice job, pitched around a double and a walk, and he keeps the game tied after 6 in Atlanta. Game on Sunday. Then we head to Denver, Colorado for a big series with the Rockies at Coors Field. First things first, got to find a way to zap the Phillies. They've played the Braves tough this year. Series for the season tied 3 games apiece. And our ball game tonight tied 1-1 heading to the 7th. Bottom part of the order up for the Phils. Rupp, Morgan, and then Odubel Herrera. Toward third and a fair ball. Uribe couldn't get it. Simmons hustles. He's got it. Throw coming to second and safe. Peterson got there, applied the tag, and immediately looked into the Braves dugout. He thought he got the tag down on Cameron Rupp, and this one might be reviewed. Let's wait and see.
I don't know what the ball hit down off the wall and the third base side, but Andrelton was heads up to hustle down there and get it. Another breaking ball. Oh yeah, his foot came right down on the bag. I mean, on the glove. Good chance that'll be overturned.
That took a nanosecond for Carlos Tosca to tell Freddie Gonzalez to appeal the play.
And about that long for Andrelton Simmons to get to second base. His throw.
You know, the play he made to get to the ball reminds me of the play he made in Toronto. Didn't result in an out,
right?
But the shortstop ran all the way into left field to make the play, and the perfect peg. And it appeared Rupp hit the bag there, but his foot came up. Will there be enough evidence to overturn the safe call by Adrian Johnson?
When it hit the ground, it bounced up into the air and didn't hit the front side of the bag. It didn't come down until it hit the glove.
So for the moment, Cameron Rupp is ruled safe at second with a leadoff double. The crowd thinks Simmons got him at second base. This is a very big call in a tight game. If Rupp is ruled safe, you can have the pitcher try to bunt. If he's out, pitcher hits with the bases empty and one out.
Foot bounces and then lands on the glove.
And even if you think the heel hit the bag, it looked like the ball of Rupp's foot hit Peterson's glove before the heel hit the bag.
If nothing else, if Jace holds the glove on him, just keeps it on him, he slid off the bag too.
So we have our decision, and the verdict is he's out. Great play by Andrelton Simmons, who never gives up on a batted ball. And instead of a leadoff double, Rupp is out trying to stretch it at second base. Clear and convincing evidence that the call on the field was incorrect. The call overturned. One out for Adam Morgan.
And like you said, that's a big play in this ball game this late.
To second, Peterson handles and throws. He got his man. 2 out now. Herrera singled to start the ball game, popped out to short in the third, and laid down a 5th inning sacrifice.
That breaking ball of Julio's tonight has not had good tilt to it. It has not been breaking down like we've seen it the last couple of starts. It's been real flat. Very much.
Sounded like a strike. So did that. 0-2. Julio about to make his 100th pitch of the game. That's a little low. Ball and 2 strikes. That's into the seats. We'll do it again. Rupp still thinking about what could have been for the Phillies as he was thrown out at second to start the inning. Morgan grounded out to second. And now center fielder Odubel Herrera behind in the count 1-2. To third, Uribe lost it for a moment, had to load up, and that cost him. A rare error for Uribe and a fast man aboard with 2 outs.
It was one of those that was hit hard right at him, but it just hugged the ground. And those are hard to judge the speed of them when they're just so close to the ground and on you in a heartbeat. So it didn't hit in the pocket of the glove, hit somewhere else, and couldn't corral it. Juan's been outstanding over there.
Close play at first. You know how good Teheran's pickoff move is.
Well, arguably the hottest hitter on their team is at the plate, so they'd love to get Herrera in scoring position for Hernandez.
As the lone Phillies RBI, 5th inning single brought home Adam Morgan. His 18th run batted in this year. Close play. Herrera was caught stealing in the first inning. He's 8 for 11 in swipes. Good lead.
If Julio could get one of those throws down just a little bit, give Chris a chance to put a quick tag on it, might get him.
Too high. 2 balls, no strikes. Luis Avilan is up in the Braves bullpen. Michael Franco is on deck. He's got 2 hits. Braves don't want to see him till the 8th. That's out of play. Now 2-1. Luis looks ready.
Yeah, he does. He's taking his time.
Two one. Get it. 3 balls and a strike now. Dangerous pitch coming. Ball 4. So 2-out trouble in the Phillies 7th for Julio Teheran. And Michael Franco is coming up. Roger McDowell is coming out. A hot pot shot error at third keeps the inning alive, as does the 2-out walk. Now the Phillies third baseman will hit with 2 out.
Might be just a quick breather for Julio to regroup. Franco 2 for 3 tonight and ripped a double his last time.
Couple of base running plays for the Phillies looming large in this 1-1 game. Rupp thrown out at second to start this inning. And Cesar Hernandez, who after tying the game with his 5th inning hit, trying to go from first to second on Nick Markakis, and was thrown out standing up. Franco then follow with a 2-out double, which would have given the Phillies a 2-1 lead.
Got a slider, a flat slider down that he hit for the double last time.
He went around, strike 1.
Franco holds his hands low, starts them lower than most, but his starting mechanism is that he pushes him back and up as the pitch is being delivered.
Bouncy ball to third. Uribe's got it. Throw to second is in time. What inning are we in? It's the 7th. Game tied. Let's get some runs. 1-1 Braves and Phillies, game 1 on the 4th of July weekend holiday. Sunday, the Braves and Phillies slug it out at 1 Eastern right here on Fox Sports South. And the rematch we've been waiting for is here. Team USA against Japan in the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup Final. The fans have some good soccer skills at the ballpark tonight. Yeah. Coverage starts at 5 Eastern only on your local Fox station and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Well done, lady.
All right, Julio Teheran got out of the 7th inning jam. Now he turns it over to Uribe, Gomes, and Simmons in the Atlanta 7th. 1-1 is your score.
Little ABC baseball. Get him on over and in.
Wonder how many times Adam Morgan came to this ballpark as a kid and heard these fans chopping and chanting. He was doing it with them. Out of Kell High School in Marietta. And there's a high fly ball deep left. At the track, at the wall, it is gone by Uribe.
really have to atone for the error because no run scored, but came right back and hit a July 3rd pop bottle rocket out of here. Looked like the first hanger on the breaking ball all night. Yep, right up there in his happy zone.
See how crazy the game of baseball is? Adam Morgan has thrown 88 pitches tonight. He's given up runs on 2 pitches. A homer to Uribe on the first pitch, a homer to Gomes on the first pitch. Other than that, he's been masterful tonight.
He sure has.
But it's a 2-1 Atlanta game on Uribe's 7th homer. Here's Gomes. He's down a strike. He's trying to go 3-0 in July. This one sets up nicely for the Atlanta bullpen if Freddie Gonzalez decides to go that way. Johnson, Grilly, or send Tehran back out there. We'll see what he decides now that the Braves are in front. Swing and a miss by Johnny Gomes. Different style of play offensively for the Braves of late. You see what we're talking about in our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts.
Fewest home runs hit in the major leagues. The Atlanta Braves last 49. The Phillies next to last with 50. Got 2 tonight for the Bravos to get to 49.
And already 4 this month. Remember, they hit 2 on July 1st against Doug Fister. Simmons. Time to play foul. Strike 1.
The most home runs hit in baseball. Top 3 are American League teams. Houston Astros 115, the Blue Jays 106, the Yankees 104. 4th place in the top National League team, the Dodgers with 102.
Now Simmons jumps on one, drives it towards center. Herrera says he's got it, and he does. 2 out. Jock Peterson's hit a bunch of those homers for LA, their rookie center fielder. He's over 20 now. He'll take aim at the Mets later on tonight. Kershaw and Syndergaard, the pitchers at Dodger Stadium. Forward to listening to that one on the way home tonight. Here's LeVarn, way 0 for 2. Great job behind the plate. 0 for 2 at the plate. He makes his 4th start of the season in a Braves uniform. And right back where it came from into center field.
Barnway, when he gets his 1 hit, he lately has been getting it late in the ball game, his last at bat. And this one almost got Morgan in the leg.
And maybe well, no, it won't be the last pitch. Bob McClure is coming out. Thought for a moment it was Pete McCannon. As the youngster's up to 95 pitches. Perez grabs bat. He's going to hit for Julio Teheran here with LeVarn Way at first base. Good ball game tonight, Braves and Phillies. And they're trying to stay perfect in July. Gunning for their 39th win. This is game number 80 for the Braves. They'll reach the halfway point tomorrow night. As Alex Wood will pitch for the Braves, Kevin Correa will go for the Phillies. Big Fox will have the game. Our crew will be back with you on Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock Braves Live, 1:35 first pitch. Cole Hamels and Shelby Miller. There's a great matchup. And we're off to Milwaukee. So Teheran in position to win the ball game if the Braves bullpen can hold a 1-run lead. Mary Perez pinch hits.
I mentioned get him on, over, and in. Juan Uribe just took care of that in one swing. Saved everybody the effort.
110 pitches for Julio tonight. 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 run allowed.
And it's an unearned run.
His home work continues to sparkle. Bouncer toward Franco at third. He's got a strong arm. Beautiful play. And that's the inning. Juan Uribe leads off the 7th inning with a home run on the first pitch. Braves have 2 solo shots, and that's been enough so far tonight. We go to the 8th. Atlanta 2, Phillies 1.
Let's do this. And Georgia Power.
2-1 Atlanta. We go to the 8th inning. And a reminder for you fans, country superstar and Georgia native Billy Currington will perform after the game Thursday, August 6th. It's a free post-game concert presented by Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines. VIP field and backstage passes are now available. Get your tickets now at Braves.com/concerts. 2 solo home runs for Atlanta. Defensive changes. Eury Perez in left. That in the 9th spot. Johnny Gomes out of the ball game. And Luis Avila is into the game. Face Howard, Brown, and Ashe.
And certainly Ryan Howard is part of this equation. I don't know if Jim Johnson's up or not, but he's worked in back-to-back games against the Nationals. And 3 of the last 4 games he is not up. So Avila taking his place tonight with a lefty leading off the inning, and a dangerous one at that. Trouble is, we keep going back to Luis and his struggles against left-handed hitters. Maybe tonight will be different.
Lefty's hitting .321 against Avila this year. He's got 3 of them in a row to start the inning. Shift on for Howard, who takes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. In the air to center. Maven's going to catch that. There's the first out.
That's a good read by Cameron. That's one of those for a center fielder that would be easy to take off running backwards because of who the hitter was and the way it came off the bat.
So the Phillies will take Dominic Brown out of the game and call on former Brave Jeff Francoeur to pinch hit. Here's where Jeff has done an excellent job for the Phillies. And he gets a nice ovation in his homecoming tonight. That plays mostly against lefties. You saw his numbers. 5 homers, 23 knocked in. He's also an outstanding relief specialist. Just to tell you that.
Yeah. Well, he's done good work for them, both in a role as a right-handed pinch hitter and during his starts. But he's 7 for 12 as a pinch hitter.
And for a Phillies team that's going nowhere this year, I would assume that Jeff Francoeur might be a commodity that the team in the playoff hunt would look at those numbers and say, hey, man, this guy could help us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Role player and pinch hitter. And good defender.
Yeah, great clubhouse guy, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball left side. Simmons has it. Long throw. And Francoeur's out. 2 down. Be a special year for Jeff Francoeur, resurrecting his career with the Phillies. He and his wife Katie expecting another baby. It's going to be a boy, and he gets to spend the 4th of July holiday in his hometown. That's nice for Jeff. Here's Cody Ashe. Swing and a miss. Ashe's hit tonight. Came with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. It was only his 2nd hit against the Braves all year.
That was a good fastball. That was a good tailing fastball. Came in on the hands of the left-handed hitter.
0-2.
Cross up. Either that or LeVon was just surprised at the break.
Two and two.
It's too bad that didn't count, because I mean it hit the dirt and then bounced over the plate. I think it was low, though.
Yeah. If it was cricket, he might have had a shot, but no such luck.
Killed a cricket, probably.
Oh, Ed Mangan's going to be mad. No crickets or chinch bugs down there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cody Ashe, the left fielder. Here it is. Struck him out. Impressive inning for Luis Avilan.
Great inning.
A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. This game heads to the Atlanta 8th. Braves looking for some insurance. Braves bullpen has settled down in the last 3 weeks. They look good tonight so far. 2-1 Braves. one place. Don't miss the 86th All-Star Game. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Tuesday, July 14 on Big Fox. All-Star Game in Cincinnati this year.
I'd like to think that Cameron Maben's got a chance. You know, we keep writing his name in there and reminding people to vote for him because he's not on the ballot, but came into the game tonight hitting .281. He's got 2 hits, including a double, 6 homers, 37 RBIs, 14 stolen bases. Good work for Cameron.
Well, maybe he'll be a fan's choice, managerial selection. We'll find out in a couple of days. Francoeur stays in the game to play right field, and this is lefty Jake Diekman for the Phillies.
We talk about this guy every time we see the Phillies because I don't know how anybody ever hits him, and yet a 5.22 ERA, 29 innings, 39 strikeouts, but he's also walked 23. So wild walks. And probably a little wild in the strike zone too often for the Phillies manager, I would guess.
But as you said, if there's a positive for Phillies pitching staff this year, it's been their bullpen. By and large, they've done very, very good work, especially Giles and Papelbon. 1-2 pitch is back out of play. Very good pitch to hit.
Fastball 95 plus. Slider 83 to 86. There is Jim Johnson. He's instead going to give Jason Grilli a night off, it looks like.
One-two pitch is poked foul out of play. Diekman is tall and wiry, 6'4", 203 pounds. Lives in, I believe it's pronounced Beatrice, Nebraska. It's not pronounced that way. My apologies.
I think that's right.
73 games with the Phillies last year. 5 wins, 5 losses. Pitch. Perfect pitch outside corner. Throws Peterson. Wasn't sure about that. And there's the first out in the Atlanta 8th.
See, and it doesn't look like a strike because it throws across his body, crossfires you. Tough to see.
Cameron Maben bats. Here's a look at the strikeout pitch to Peterson.
Going across his body, crossfire. That's a tough one for left-handed hitters.
Well, Maben solidifying his all-star credentials tonight. 2 hits, including a 6th inning double for the Braves. Nothing wrong with 97 miles an hour. That's the velocity of the last pitch that man threw. Two balls, 1 strike. Washington beat the Giants 2-1. Miami beat the Cubs 2-1 today. That's are in LA tonight. And that one right back up the middle. Cameron Maben in a 3-hit game. So a chance for an insurance run for the Braves in the 8th inning. And let's revisit our AT&T Universe trivia question tonight. Our question was, what Brave has the highest single season batting average against the Phillies with a minimum of 20 at bats?
I'm going to stick with Brian McCann.
I'm going to stick with Matty Diaz. Getting fooled. Hey, Blouse makes the broadcast. All
wow.
Right.
Way back in '91 at the Vet. Couldn't get him out.
Younger fans may not remember Jeff Blauser as a player. We sure do. He was a really good player. 20 homer pop, then 70 runs or so, 80 runs. He and Lemmer were a terrific double play tandem, and they kept the clubhouse loose, didn't they?
Indeed.
Reggie Blouse is watching the game tonight. 2-1 Atlanta, just past 10 o'clock. We're in the 8th. 2 homers. Gomes and Uribe. Solo shots. Markakis is behind 0-2.
Is that our first miss on the homestand?
I think so. I think so. 2-1 in July is the way.
By the way, Matt Diaz second.
Was he really?
Uh-huh.
If it had been the Marlins, I would have nailed Matt Diaz. One of those guys out. But Manny's doing well. His bullpen a respectable 3.62 ERA this year. 1-2 pitch, runner goes, and Markakis got it out of play. Problem for the Phillies relief, of course, been walks. I was shocked when I saw this stat in their media notes tonight. Phillies relief corps walked 22 fewer men than the starters in about 190 fewer innings pitched. The starters have walked 144. The Phillies relievers 122. So a lot of extra base runners in relief this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes again. Markakis strokes it into center field. That's a base hit. Maven stops at second. And now Chris Johnson will stand in with 2 on and 2 out. Or 2 on and 1 out, I beg your pardon, in a 2-1 game.
Stayed with it. It's so hard to do, that guy, when he's stepping right at you like he's going to throw it at you. And then throw a breaking ball. And Markakis with another good night. He's been on base 3 times.
Pete McCannon with a stop and a chat with Doug Eddings, home plate umpire. The Phillies aren't going to let Chris Johnson face Jake Diekman, who struck out Jace Peterson to start the inning, but has given up back-to-back hits. We'll see who comes in out of the Phillies bullpen, with Atlanta looking for 8th inning insurance when we come back.
By the Georgia Lottery and Toyota.
There's 2001 Eastern standings when the Braves 86. The Phillies won the division by 2 games. Part of that incredible division championship run here in Atlanta. Ben Revere's checked into the game. Phillies double switch. And Jean-Marc Gomez will come on and pitch. Braves have seen him once this year, and he's given up a run.
Yeah, he's given up a run to too many people. A 1.62 ERA in 34 games. Low walks, high strikeouts, low 90s fastball, slider change.
So Revere in left field will bat ninth. Gomez hits an Ashe's spot. And the Braves will go to their bench and bring on Kelly Johnson. Popped up. And the spin infield fly. That'll be the second out. First pitch. Kelly skies out. 2-away, and here's Uribe. Didn't take Juan Uribe long to answer our call for offense. First pitch of the 7th inning. Bang. Home run. The 7th, and a 2-1 Braves lead, which we hold right now.
Well, an extra run into the 9th would be awfully nice here with a 2-out hit. Braves are 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position tonight. Adam Morgan, aside from the home runs, had a terrific night. Braves just didn't have many chances of runners in scoring position. One back in the 6th, and now here in the 8th.
That one got away from the catcher, who muffed the chance with a bare hand to make the play. Runners move up 90 feet. And a hit scores you 2 now.
Not a whole lot Rupp can do there. That so far outside. The only chance he might have had is to pick this up on the run, and even then he didn't have a play anywhere.
Now he'll go to the mound and talk with Jean-Marc Gomez, who was a non-roster invite by the Phillies this spring after he spent last season with Pittsburgh Pirates. Atlanta took the lead on this play in the 7th inning. Juan Uribe.
First pitch, hanging breaking ball. Juan knew it. His 7th.
That's headed for the upper tank. And it's a 2-1 count.
When you've got a dead red fastball hitter with a 2-0 count, you throw that good a slider, that's pretty good pitching. Well, he works from as far over on the first base side as he can get.
Drive to short, and that's going to end the inning. Braves threaten but fail to add to their lead. We head to the 9th inning. Braves protect a 1-run lead. It's 2-1. Christmas in July with our own version of the ugly holiday t-shirt. Christmas in July ticket packages start as low as $20, include a discounted game ticket and an exclusive ugly holiday t-shirt. Get yours today by visiting Braves.com/Christmas. Well, a save in the ninth inning in a one-run game is the gift that keeps on giving. Let's see if Jim Johnson can wrap this one up for Atlanta and keep the Braves perfect in the month of July.
His last two outings against the Nationals, outstanding. 2 days ago, an inning, 3 up and 3 down with a strikeout. And last night, an inning, gave up a hit, but nothing else. It was a leadoff hit. Picked up a strikeout, got a force out to wipe out the base runner. So real good work, and he's been in this spot before when Freddie Gonzalez has given Grilli a night off.
He's got the bottom part of the order coming up. Galvis, Rupp, and then don't forget Ben Revere, even in the double switch a moment ago. Galvis has singled, walked, and flied out tonight. And looked inside at ball 1. Galvis has seen Jim Johnson once. He got a hit against him. And a shot toward Peterson, who can't flag it down. So Galvis aboard on the second pitch of the inning. And that's a base hit. So Galvis 2 for 2 against Jim. That's how the top of the ninth starts.
Hard hit ball. Jason thought that he was going to flag that one down. It may have bounced a little bit to his right, or to his left rather, more than he thought.
So Kelly Johnson will hold Freddie Galvis at first base, and Cameron Rupp is the hitter. Big man, get the ball on the ground, might be able to turn 2.
Mentioned that the Phillies rather are 22-0 and they lead after 8. The Braves 31-2.
This might surprise you. Rupp has not hit into a double play this year. .106 at bats for Cameron Rupp, and he has not grounded into a double play.
That base hit in the 7th inning when he was called out at second, when the call was overturned, I should say. Snapped a 1 for 17 he's been in.
A ball and a strike instead to first. Braves infield in the ninth. Kelly Johnson, Jace Peterson, Anderson Simmons, Juan Uribe from first to third. No swing. Two and two.
He's pretty quick inside. Now, he didn't get the barrel to that one. Got jammed a little bit. But the other one that he pulled down the line, he turned on pretty good. So I'd be aware of that if I'm Juan Uribe.
Line tied again, full count.
3-2.
Revere is next, then the speedsters at the top of the Phillies order. Braves lead 2-1. Here it is. Sharply hit. Peterson to Simmons. There's the first double play for Mr. Rupp. 2 out. That ball was smoked.
It was smoked. I'm not sure Jace got any leather on it, but he wasn't going to let it get by him. He may have taken that one off the midsection. High fastball, hit hard, one hopper. Hamilton took his time coming across the back because he had a long way to come to get that. Nicely done.
That might have been a button buster. Nice play. So Atlanta's an out away. Ben Revere, the batter. And downstairs, ball one.
Don't relax on this guy. If he gets on, he's got 19 stolen bases. He could easily take a walk or a base hit and turn it into a double and a chance to tie it.
Up the middle and into center field by Ben Revere. Second hit of the inning for the Phillies. And now we do indeed have action.
Sinker started in. He didn't give up on it, just fought it off. Didn't get much on it, but enough.
So now a cat and mouse game. McDowell out to give a mental break for Jim Johnson and let him know how to approach Mr. Herrera, who's had a good night tonight.
One of the things that I've noticed about Lavarnway when he does throw on a guy running, he's already coming up out of his crouch to catch the ball. Even if it's a strike, he's standing up, getting ready to get his feet in a position to throw. And I've heard him talk about this. That's the way they teach it with Boston and maybe a couple of other teams, but you don't see it very often.
Revere leads, not going. The first pitch is low, ball one. Lots of pressure on the Braves infield. You've got a fast runner at first and a fast man in the batter's box. Do have two outs. Fly ball left. Playable. Perez is there. Braves win 2-1. A magnificently pitched game by Julio Teheran, Luis Avilan, and Jim Johnson. Atlanta gives up an unearned run in that tall. Johnny Gomes and Juan Uribe hit two solo homers, and that was enough for the Braves to win their 16th one-run game this season. 2-1 your final score. Braves start the weekend in fine fashion. We'll recap it for you in a moment.